So it's not uncommon for a young couple to bail us up and say, you've been married for a long time. How do you really be effective in your loving? How can we learn from you? And the idea that we've come to is this notion of what we call smart loving.
So smart loving is a simple framework, but in summary it means loving the other the way they like and need to be loved. And it works on the principle that everybody experiences love in a unique way, what we call the unique love profile. And so my job as a wife is to really study Byron and to understand what is his unique love profile, what are the specific gestures that help him to experience love, and conversely, what are the gestures that I do that kills his sense of love that I want to avoid.
So let me give you an example of dumb loving to make the point. See, I like chocolates. And so what I would do to express my love to Francine is I would buy her chocolate. Francine doesn't like chocolate all that much, but she's a nice, loving wife, and so she'd dutifully take the chocolates from me and say, "Thank you, honey," and she'd put them in the fridge. And late that night, I would go and eat them because I like chocolate. And of course, then about a week later, Francine would go looking for her chocolate that I gave her, and it was gone. That's dumb loving. I was loving her the way I experienced love, the way I like to express love, but not the way she does. Smart loving is the reverse, is to work out what this person really, what lights them up, what do they most appreciate, and then do that for them, even if it's not the way you like to express love. That's gospel loving. That's what God calls us to do. That's what our marriage vows call us to do, to be completely other-centered, to love the other person. And the best way to do it is the way they experience love.
So there's a couple of really practical benefits of loving in a smart way. One is that our efforts are just more effective. We're really busy, like most couples, and if I'm putting effort into expressing love to Byron that isn't actually hitting the mark, isn't really meeting his love needs, well then I'm kind of wasting energy on things that aren't getting any results, any fruit. So it's sensible from that point of view. But it's also actually genuine, true loving in the sense that I'm focused on him and thinking about what he needs rather than just on what is my instinct, what is my desire, how do I desire to love him. I'm putting that aside and focusing on actually being present and loving to him. And that's actually very other-centered and very, very Christian and what God calls us to.
And that's what a sacramental marriage calls us to do, to make our vows a practical reality of our everyday life, to love and to hold this person as God intends them to be loved, the way God made them to be loved, not the way God made me feel most comfortable to love. And that's the generous gift I can give to Francine and vice versa. So smart loving is a very simple framework that can completely transform a marriage because it's other-centered love, it's Christ-centered love.